Hello, hey, hi, welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing a quick little cozy sit down and crochet with me. I'm working on the big project that I've been alluding to. You will see part 1 in next week's video. I just didn't have time to edit it. And so we're just gonna do a quick little sit down chat little video today, so I hope that's okay. I am currently working on a sweater, kind of. I don't know what exactly you should call it other than a long sleeve because it's made out of cotton, but it's a long sleeve. So it's not like a very sweatery sweater. I guess it's just kind of a long sleeve. But I'm using Hobie's Black Friday 8/4 cotton. I get this, I think last Black Friday before the whole like Hobie AI thing really happened. So I got this yarn specifically to make this. I'm not following a pattern. I don't know if you can do that. I'm just doing what I thought in my brain. I wanted to do a moss stitch sweater. And that's what I did. Sorry if you can hear the sirens running by me. I don't know if that's picking up on camera. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to call this, if this is still technically a sweater or not, or just a long sleeve. Whatever it is that I'm making, it is a wearable and it is made out of cotton. And yeah, I'm working on the body now. It is going to be a long body. It is a lot of stitches per row and I need a lot of rows. I basically have done like barely anything on the body. So we have a lot of work to do while we sit and chat today. If you cannot tell, I'm currently in the hotel. There is a nice little like kind of recliner here, and so it is the perfect spot to wind down and crochet while I'm getting kind of waiting to get tired so that I can go to bed, I guess. I also apologize for the messy wet hair. I did not have time to like dry my hair, nor do I have the means to. I don't have like a hairdryer or anything, so I apologize if it's a little crazy today. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what I wanted to talk about. I just knew that I wanted to do a kind of sit down and chat. I feel like I keep saying this, I feel like in a lot of my videos that my life feels so busy right now because really the only time I have to work on these is like the hour or so before bed, and I barely have time to edit the videos over the weekend while trying to recuperate from the week. So sorry if my videos have been a little lackluster, I guess, the last few weeks. I'm really trying. School starts up next week, so I'm hoping to get back into a bit of a schedule. I will still be doing research. I no longer need like classes. I am just taking research credits, so I will still be out in the field until snow falls. So probably in the like October, and then I'll be inside working with the data in some like computer lab or whatever, or in my office. So I'm hoping then I will be able to work a little bit more. That I think we'll also be going down to 3 days a week instead of 4 days a week out in the field, so I think that balance will be better for me too. And so yeah, I'm hoping to continue to do some of the more cool things that I was doing before. I'm hoping to get a lot more like projects done, and I'm thinking of kind of doing like the weekly vlogs of like just kind of whatever I am working on that week. A lot of the projects that I'm thinking of doing are very large projects, such as this one, where they are going to take way more than a week, and especially a lot of them are knitting projects, which take a lot longer than the crochet projects, which is crazy because I feel like this I've been working on forever. And so yeah, I think that's also going to kind of free up my schedule a little bit. And I'm also hoping to do some challenge videos. I have loved doing the challenge videos. and even stash busting. I know those are really popular series, I guess I have, and I just haven't had time to do those. However, I really liked making them, and you guys seem to enjoy watching them. However, I've kind of run out of ideas for challenge videos. I loved my How Many in a Week Can I Do series. I don't know what else I should make in a week. I've done granny squares, I've done a sweater. At one point I did a blanket, but the footage got lost for that, which was so sad. I loved that blanket. And yeah, I'm not sure what else I should do for How Many in a Week Can I Make. If you have any suggestions for that, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear them and give them a try. I think that would be really cool. And I loved that format, especially whenever I was doing a lot of market prep, because that means I could make a lot of things of the same thing. However, I don't think I have any markets coming up. I talked about doing one in October, so I might end up doing stuff for that. And so then that might be good to like have, what am I saying? That might be good to like do some thing that like I have to make a lot for a market in October. And yeah, I don't know what else I need that many of, or like a different, bigger project to do within a week. I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. Or for stash busting, I have a lot of ideas for my stash. Basically everything I've been doing is technically like stash busting. I've been trying not to buy yarn, which that has not gone very well. But to be fair, a lot of them are for gifts for Christmas. A lot of what I've more recently ordered has been like specific yarn for specific people for specific patterns to make them for Christmas. However, it does take up a lot of space, and so I would really like to work my way down on like the yarn that I've more recently bought. I'm doing a good job, or I have done a good job this last few months of working through like some of the older stuff in my stash, stuff that I've bought several years ago, and I just need to work through it. I've done a pretty good job. I still have a good amount of the like all-in-one granny square yarns, and I made a few vests and I sold a few of them at my market, but I still have a few. And then I still have a bunch of the yarn, and so I've been trying to think of projects that I could use all of those squares for. There's always blankets, but I feel like I'm drowning in blankets right now. I've seen like overalls, which I thought were really cool, but I don't really wear overalls that often. So again, I'm just gonna be asking for your help a lot this video of what should I do? What should I do with those granny squares? I'm not exactly sure. But I have like I think at least 10 skeins left, and only the 4 colors that I've always had. I've never bought more. So yeah, if you have any ideas for those, let me know. But at least a lot of the yarn in my stash, I know what I'm doing with. I have projects in mind with them. It just comes down to me actually having the time and the ability to make said projects. I have so many ideas for stuff for the last several years, really, of things that I want to make with the yarn, and I just haven't had the time to. And a lot of the patterns I'm wanting to make this year are knitting patterns. I want to make another like knit vest for myself. I have a cardigan that I really want to make. I've a sweater and like a quarter zip that I want to make for Christmas presents that are all knit. And I have a bunch of other like fun knitting patterns that I have saved, and I have yarn for some kind of sweater, but I don't have, like, I haven't matched the patterns to sweater yet on some of the yarns that I have. But there's one in particular that I really want to make. Shoot, I didn't look up the artist or the pattern. I was going to before I started recording this video and I don't remember. Let me pull it up on my phone. It is basically like this cardigan that's like almost like a woven look, but it's knit and it's of 2 colors. However, the yarn I want to use for it, I have 4 colors. And not, if I just chose 2, it wouldn't be enough yarn to create the entire sweater. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm signed into Ravelry on my phone, am I? Yes, it is Figures by Audrey Borrigo. Show you kind of, here's the Ravelry project page. I don't know if you can see that super well. I love this pattern. It's got these like woven texture kind of, but it's out of like 2 colors. And so I only have 4 colors. Ooh, that's myself. I only have 4 colors and it's not enough to complete like the entire pattern out of just 2, but they all go together. And so I'm wondering, how can I pair up these 4 colors to match the design of this sweater? So like, I think there's like a yellow, a pink, a blue, and a gray or something like that. I just going off the top of my head. But then like, do I do the like blue and gray and kind of like color block on the like base of it, and then I take the yellow and pink and do like the yellows are the ones that are going up and down and the pinks are the ones that are going side to side, kind of like a checkered board kind of thing? Or like, I don't know, how exactly should I do that? Do I do like the sleeves like gray and yellow, and then the body is like the blue and the pink or something? That could be cool. I just don't have enough to do the entire thing in just 2 of the colors. I need to at least, I think at minimum, have 3. 4 would be ideal. I would have a little bit of breathing room, whereas I don't think I would with 3. If I am, it's cutting it really close. Plus also, I don't like, I think the like, I don't know, especially with like the trim and stuff, I don't know. This is where I need your help. I don't know what to do. But yeah, that is, I think, is after I finish kind of the whips that I have going now, I'd really like to finish. I also still have a ton of cotton yarn that I would like to use up. I'm thinking right now of making like the like bowl cozies. Whenever like you have a bowl of soup and like it's hot, but like you want to like grab it, you can use like the bowl cozy. And I'm thinking of doing that, and that might actually be a pretty good, like, how many in a week can I make? I think that would be good, like, little Christmas presents for people, because, you know, Christmas, it gets cozy, and you want something warm, and, like, soup is really big in the winter time to keep you warm, so that might be good for, like, just, like, other odds and ends Christmas presents and stuff. So I might do one of those, and that, I think, would be a good way to use up a lot of my cotton. I'm trying to think of other things. I know I have like a list of ideas for like what I wanted to use some of the cotton for. I feel like my project ideas are always like so all over the place. Like half of it is in Ravelry and half of it is in my notes. And like all of these things, it's just so out of order. It doesn't really matter. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. I'm so sorry. This video is so all over the place. No, I have so many projects in mind. I just need to actually like do them. I need to find the time to actually work on them. But yeah, what else do I have in mind? Whenever I first started out like this kind of channel, I didn't want to become one of those YouTubers who wants only to like make money from their viewers. You know, YouTube has so many things now where they're just constantly pulling money from their viewers. You know, you have your affiliate links that are embedded in the videos now, the channel memberships, the super chats, the like all of these things, and like some of it is open to me now. I think super chats are available, and then something else. However, I haven't actually like mentioned any of that because I don't want to be one of those like hounding at you to give me money, because that is not fun. I'm doing this for fun. I don't make any money from doing this. And so I wanted to, I guess, know your opinion on like what you think about the like super chat and like channel membership things, like if they are available. Would you even be interested in something like that? I know so many people, like, they really didn't want to do like a Patreon because, you know, it's kind of the same thing. They didn't want to be greedy or asking for money or like anything, but then they did it and they realized it was actually really nice, and like you can build a nice community over there. And I have my Ko-fi that I have like my custom orders on, and that has a thing for, you know, if you want to kind of tip the creator. But I also need to get better at posting on there. Don't think I have anything posted actually on it, which I probably should do that more. I'm just really bad at posting. I also have an Instagram. I think I have 2 posts on that Instagram from like 2 years ago, and I'm not good at posting things on any other platform apparently. This has kind of been my one and only. So like posting on other platforms is hard. I also don't really take pictures of my stuff, unless it is specifically for a thumbnail. So then like posting about it is kind of hard. I feel like the only thing I would post about is that like I have a video that is now live and like that would all I would post. I don't know, I don't really have much behind the scenes kind of stuff because that is just my life, and you see all of my crochet time basically, and I'd rather not put my entire personal life online. Sorry, but that's not what I'm doing this for. And so yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to do about those things, if you all would even want to like do anything. I don't know. I just like, I would love to like have, oh wait, are channel memberships available for me? It doesn't matter. Like if I at some point am able to do like a like AdSense where like I make money from YouTube from the ads people watch, I think that's different because that is not me asking you for even more money. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying this to in a way ask you. I'm just trying to, I guess, gauge your opinion on those kinds of things, because I, 1, have no idea what I'm doing, and 2, don't want to become one of those people. Do you know what I mean? I'm still going to post these videos regardless. I'm still gonna have a good time. You know, this is kind of a for me thing more than it is a for you thing, if that makes sense. I'm just doing this for me. I think it's a good kind of like vlog of like my knitting journey and, well, crafting journey really. And you just happen to be coming along with me. And I think that's fun. I think there's something cool about that, especially seeing the same people in the comments every single week. It's not like a, what's the word, where it's like a one-way relationship, because I don't know you and you don't know me, but also we like kind of have this thing, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, why can I not remember the name? My brain just like shuts off every once in a while, and like my word recall I'll say the same word like 6 times in a day, and then the next time I go to say the word, no idea what it is. I don't know if you guys experience that or if it's just me, but not symbiotic relationship. You'll tell me in the comments. You'll remind me what it is. Anyways, but I think it's still fun to see the same people and, you know, kind of get to know you in a way. You tell me what it is that you're making, or, you know, things about little tidbits of your life and how they kind of, my video reminded you, or how we're kind of similar in a way. And so that's been really fun. And just seeing like what you guys like and what you don't like in the videos, what you find funny and what I find funny. Sometimes I'll edit it so that it like really emphasizes like either my brain not working, which happens quite often, or just funny things that might happen in the video. And seeing you guys react to that is sometimes really fun. And so yeah, that's been really fun, and I don't think any of that is going to change. That is going to stay the same no matter what. So, but yeah, let me know your opinion on the amount of like, what's the word? Consumerism there is on YouTube and how you feel about that. I know personally, I understand like some YouTubers, like that's how they make money, you know, and that really helps them, and in a way that's great. However, whenever it's like, there was a few YouTubers, apparently, I don't know, but you can like set like how often your ads play on your videos, and some YouTubers have them like at the highest possible setting. It's like I can't go 2 minutes without watching a ad on this hour-long video, and that just gets frustrating. Or like the first 5 minutes is, oh, we're sponsored by this person, but then here's also my Patreon and also my channel memberships and also like all of these things, and then finally like 10 minutes later you actually get into the video after all of the ads. Or it's like you have the ads of YouTube and then several sponsorships throughout the video. I understand that's how they make money, but also that can really get annoying and really take you out of the the watching experience. And sometimes it just feels like you're only there to make money off of. Do you know what I mean? And so sometimes that doesn't feel great. I understand like a sponsorship, perfectly fine. You have a Patreon, fantastic, good for you. I just would rather not feel like a walking ATM, you know? Maybe that's just me. I will still watch sometimes like if it gets like too annoying, then I'll stop watching someone because of all of the ads. Or like I'm okay just skipping it if it's, you know, one, but whenever it's the constant, that's what really gets annoying, I think, to me. What else? Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you, yesterday, I was in the field and there was a really spiky plant. This is totally out of left field. It just rubbed on my finger and reminded me. I was trying to get through some bushes and there was a super spiky plant. Like sometimes they're like the little spikes. The spikes were like this big and was like super sharp, and I was trying my best not to stab myself, so I had my rock hammer with me and I was like using the rock hammer to like poke the shrub away from me. And I don't know if you've seen a rock hammer. I don't have mine in the room, it's in the truck, but it's kind of like rounded or curved, and so it slipped out of like behind my rock hammer and hit me in the hand. And so I had like 2 splinters in this finger yesterday, which is directly where I put my yarn. Of course, this is tan yarn on my tan hand. and it hurt so bad I could not crochet yesterday, which sucked because I really wanted to actually record this video yesterday. However, I couldn't crochet because it was rubbing up against my like 2 splinters. One of them fell out eventually last night, and then I finally got the other one out today. I would like squeezed it to the point where I could just barely grab it with my fingernails, and it was like this long inside of my finger, like my knuckle, and it hurt so bad, but it feels so much better now that it's out. I know some people are like, oh, just leave it, it'll naturally come out on its own, blah blah blah, but like it was starting like to really get in the way, and also every time I bent my finger it kind of hurt, you know what I mean? So that wasn't fun. And so I'm very happy to be crocheting once again today. I think I made one whole row in the last 20 something minutes that I've been recording this video. Wow, this shirt is going to take me forever, unfortunately. I worked on this the entire 2-hour drive up here this week, and I think I only made it about 3 rows, maybe 4 or 5, maybe 4. But it was not a lot for the entire 2-hour drive. So I've got a lot of work to do, unfortunately. I think I hate to take a break on this. You'll see in my video next week that I would hate to take a break on this because I don't want it to get put off to the side like it has. However, I kind of need a break from this. I feel like I've been working on this for like 3 weeks straight without anything else, and it's kind of driving me insane. So I think I might switch over to my knitting project that I showed in my Everything I Made in July video, which I then remembered after I recorded that video. I made more things in July, they just got sold at my market, so I didn't physically have them to remind myself that I made them in July. So, but in August, I have only worked on this. So, I've got a lot of, I don't know what I'm gonna do for my August make videos, because my August makes video, because I've only worked on one thing. I have not touched anything else. Nope, that's not true. Did I finish my banana socks? I did not finish my banana socks either. I've only been working on this, basically. So, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do about that. I might just not make an August video. I might just do a September video at the end of September, just because I don't have anything really to show you, so I don't feel like making an entire video being like, oh, here's the little bit of progress I've made this month. Bye, you know, like that's like the stupidest video ever. And like, I don't have any other projects of like progress that I've made because I've only been working on this one project, you know? So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do yet. I'm probably just going to end up doing one video for September and just skipping August. I think that's just gonna be simpler. It's one less video. They are nice for me to kind of have that extra week to, like, maybe the project I was working on took on longer than the week, or maybe I just needed a break for a week, and so those have been really nice. However, I don't have anything to show you, so I don't have one of those weeks. I don't have one of those videos this month, so yeah. I think that's really all I have to share with you. Thank you for sitting and crafting with me, yapping with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about all the things, any help with my color pattern dilemmas, or my granny square dilemma, or your thoughts on the consumerism that is the landscape of YouTube, and all of those wonderful things. Thank you for listening and hanging out with me today. Sorry this is kind of an odd video. I've never done one of these before. Let me know if you like it, if you want to see more of these. I've been meaning to make one for a while, kind of a just sit down and chat, but I haven't. Also, this is a pretty unedited video, one for my sake, but also I wanted it to feel very organic, like you were kind of, you know, sitting down in the room with me and having a conversation, even though it is very one-sided. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure you like it, subscribe so you don't miss any more of my future videos. Let me know if you want to see another one of these at some point, like you're sitting down with a friend. I can totally do that. But I normally post a lot of vlogs throughout my week or weeks, challenge videos whenever I get the chance. And so yeah, if that sounds good to you, if you like this cozy vibe, hit the subscribe button. But for now, I will see you all next week.